Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to DreamCatcher. It's been a while since I'd last did Chapter 5, but Chapter 6 is out, and I think also 7 and 8 are also out. So, people seem to enjoy those, so let's continue our story. Let's get into this. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to seeing how these characters are getting on. As the bell rings, students file out of the classroom. Hey friend, where are you going for lunch? There's this noodle place I like a few blocks over. You wanna come? Sounds kinda far. I think I'll just go next door to the cafeteria. Are you sure you'll make it back in time? I'll be fine. Okay. The blonde stands up. A group of small glowing orbs hover near his head. I'll be there and back in no time. Oh, what was that? A horse? Damien glares at Arashi as he wipes some horse snot off from his face and points a finger at his new steed. I hate you, know that. Arashi just whinnies in reply. The horse trots over to Riza, who scratches his neck. Shouldn't you keep a rope on him? How will we get to town? He's not going anywhere. Riza, huh? We are at town. Riza turns to see a large stone gate in front of her with a sprawling city beyond it. Oh. Oh, here we are. A blonde boy sprints down an alleyway, fire sprites trailing behind him. This is the same kid. Oh man, I can't believe how long that line was. Mr. Kearns is going to turn me into an ice sculpture if I'm late again. He suddenly skids to a stop, looking down another side street that comprises the backsides of some businesses full of crates, barrels, awnings and other obstacles. But I think I found a shortcut. Alright, let's go this way. Looks legit, proper Assassin's Creed. He takes off down that alley, easily vaulting over the crates, leaping onto the barrels, sliding down the awning, and continuing on his way. Athletic dude. So, does anyone know what this dreamer we're supposed to be searching for even looks like? Come to think of it, Uoji was pretty sparse with the details. Maybe we should start with the library. Okay, where's that? Near centre of town. Right, which way is that exactly? Ah man. Let's go find a map first, before we spend all day running in circles like idiots. What is this? Bash. Riza and Luna look back to find him on the ground, with another boy sitting opposite him. Damien is the first to get a hold of himself. Hey, watch where you're going. Ow. The strange boy finally looks up at the two wolves, horse and disgruntled thief that are staring back at him. He quickly pushes himself to his feet, dusting his clothes off. Ah, commoners. Stay out of my way. What? You ran into me, brat? Do you have any idea who I am, though? Who cares who you are? As far as I'm concerned, someone who can't be bothered to so much as apologise for running into someone isn't worth recognising. You're obviously some spoiled rich kid. Oh god, go on. Keep talking. Day looks taken aback for a second, and then jumps right back in. Oh, you're a mage. Big deal. No wonder you're so full of yourself. They're interrupted again by the sound of a bell chiming. The boy's flames disappear, becoming glowing orbs once again. Ah man, now I'm really late. Without another word, he takes off running, the fire orbs trying their best to keep up. Damien glares after him, infuriated. Okay. Who do you think that was? Some noble son, probably. She glances at Damien as she begins to walk away. Hey kid, you coming? Finally, Day spins on his heel and follows Luna and Riza down the street, grumbling something about mages and entitlement. I guess he was kind of a jerk. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. He holds up a small leather case. I took his wallet. You did what? Yeah, we robbed this guy. Oh, big library. Dude, this place is huge. As they enter the library, Riza's promptly shushed by the librarian. Okay, let's split up. We're looking for any old myths, legends, or anything about the dreamers or dreamstones. We'll meet back up with what we find later. The trio goes in different directions, Luna heading for the mythology section, Damien for history, and Riza making a beeline for fiction. They dig through dusty shelves, skimming around for titles of interest, and Riza nearly falls off a sliding ladder trying to get something off a top shelf. When they regroup a bit later, a small pile of books sits on the table. This is it? Why isn't there more? Well, Dreamers are an old story. Not many people talk about them. I certainly wouldn't have guessed they were real. Are there, like, other ancient myths beside that? Quite a few. Some of them might even be spin-offs of the Dreamer story. The mages think that this world was brought into existence by some great magic users from another universe. They call them the Creators. The elves believe that there's some kind of spirit realm that lays parallel with this one. Some even claim they can commune with the entities there. I don't know what the Ignae believe. Different groups have different stories. Some of the werewolf Ignae tell tales of an ancient hero called Akalan who died trying to save his pack from a great beast of some kind. Some say his mate swore revenge and managed to wound the creature the next time she encountered it, but not to kill it. They say her spirit still hunts it to this day. Okay, well, none of those are about dreamers. So what did we find? Well, I did find a few pages about the Dreamer legend here. He opens one of the books in his pile and begins skimming a page. It says that the Dreamers were supposedly the first Halkria, no idea if that's literal or not, and that they were brought here from another world. Okay, but why? Obviously I'm here, I need to know what for. Calm down, I'm getting there. He turns the page and looks it over for a moment, looking increasingly uneasy as he reads. Well, what does it say? It says, that the Dreamers were brought here to stop something called the Dragon Wars. Dragon Wars? Wait, why did no one tell me there were dragons here? There aren't. At least not anymore. Some say they used to exist, some say they've always been a myth. But I thought Dreamers were a myth too, so who knows? Does it say anything else? What were the Dragon Wars? It's not much here. It says there was a group of powerful beings known as the Dragon Gods, and they were fighting and the war was ravaging Sanvalet. The Dreamers were recruited to stop them because for some reason only beings from another world could, and that's about it. Well, that must have been the war that Oji mentioned anyway. Did anyone find anything else of interest? Riza raises her hand. I found a book about a warrior princess I want to read, can I check it out? Riza, we're not coming back here anytime soon, so when are you going to return it? Can I ask for an extended due date? No. Ah. She folds her arms, tail swishing irritably. Wait, there are books I want to check out too. I said no. Just steal them, just take them. Alright, well, it didn't help much. Where do we start looking for this dreamer? I'm not sure, but I think I know someone we can ask. Who's that? Luna points to a large mansion in the distance. The Mayor King of Redacross. What in the world is a Mayor King? Just what it sounds like. It's the person that runs the city. I got that, but you know what, never mind. Let's just go. Luna shrugs, and they begin walking toward the mansion. Riza glances back to Damien, who's lagging behind, looking distracted. Hey, you okay? Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking about the book that we were reading. What about it? Well, I was just wondering about the dragon stuff, I guess. I'd like to know more about it. Well, maybe we can ask the Mayor King guy. Come on, we don't have all day. We kind of do. Just come on already. Nice place. Riza's mouth falls open slightly as they approach the mansion. I can see why they call him the Mayor King. Luna approaches the guard at the gate. Okay, we'd like to request an audience with the Mayor King Redacross, please. The guard looks at the three of them, up and down. State your business? We're looking for some information about, dreamers, I guess. The guard scoffs. Why would the Mayor King want to talk to you about a bedtime story? Be gone. Hold on there, Pere. Who dis? There he is. The guard jumps slightly, then salutes the speaker. Sir. As you were. Now, what can I help you good people with today? We were hoping to speak to Mayor Kim Redacross. Would that be possible? Why, yeah. I do believe he's free at the moment. Follow me, please. Okay, we got in. The man, a middle-aged bearded fellow with slightly greying blonde hair, leads them into the mansion, through a number of large decorative halls, and eventually into what appears to be some sort of office. He sits down behind a large desk in the centre of the room. There are two birds on golden perches behind the desk, one with a fiery red and gold plumage, and the other with a stormy grey coloration and vibrant electric blue accent feathers. So, what can I do for you? Riza, Luna and Damien stare him down for a moment as realization sets in. Wait, you're Mayor King Redacross? Why, yes, I do believe I am. Did I forget to mention that? Terribly sorry. Oh, okay, well, in that case, we were hoping that you might be able to help us find someone or someone's. Okay, who are you looking for? Are you familiar with the story of the Dreamers? Passingly, yes. What about it? Well, you see, Riza holds up her necklace, the jewel catching the light and sparkling a bit. I just happen to be a dreamer. There are supposed to be others as well, and we kinda need to find them. The man first looks taken aback, and then squints at the dreamstone, and then looks back up at Riza. Is that so? I'm sorry to say this, but it sounds a bit like a fairy tale to me. What is the significance of the trinket that you have? It's probably better if I showed you. Okay, do a thing. Riza walks to an empty area of the room. Taking a deep breath, she holds out a hand as the dreamstone begins to glow. An ornate gate materializes, opening on its own, an ethereal substance sloshing about within it. Luna stands by passively, having grown used to this, but Damien takes in a breath at the sight. Thus far, Riza had never opened the gate to a homeworld in front of him. She always went off somewhere else, and just said that she'd be back later. He supposes he didn't entirely believe the dreamer story before, but now it's difficult not to. The Mare King, meanwhile, is staring wide-eyed at the portal. Riza closes it, turning a bit red. You see? I'm not sure what I saw, frankly. What was the gate? It was the gate back to my world. I'm really not from around here, you could say. Mayor King Redacross leans back in his chair. Well, I suppose Father? Who dis? Wouldn't you know? All inhabitants of the room turn toward the side door of the room, where a teenage boy is quickly making his way inside. Hey Dad, I told my friends I'd meet them after school, but Mum says I can't go out until I finish my homework. But it's just math, so it's easy. I swear I can do it later. Can you tell her to let me go, please? Man, Zan, this is hardly the time, and far be it from me to overrule your mother. Just do what she says. Now, as you can see, I've got some guests. Please run along. Dad, no one says run along anymore. Oh, fine. Son, would you please, kindly, get out of my office? That's more like it. He begins to back toward the door, but glances at the party standing in the front of the room, and stops, smile folding off his face as he locks eyes with Damien. You're the guy that knocked me over earlier. As I recall, you ran into me. That is not what happened. It definitely is. Father, I demand these people be removed at once. The Mayor King raises an eyebrow at him, and then lets out an exasperated sigh. Zan, you do well to remember that not only am I your father, I'm the Mayor King of Redacross. I'm not sure where you got the idea that you could demand anything of me, but for the love of gods, either be quiet or leave. The boy folds his arms, pouting, but remains silently where he is. Now, he looks at Riza. You were saying? Oh, right. So the thing is, we don't know exactly why I'm here in Sanvalet, but we know we need to meet up with the other Dreamers. We were hoping that the Redacross family might have heard something. Mr. Redacross rubs his chin. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. I imagine that whatever you're here for can't be good though. That's what we're thinking too. We'd heard one of the others might be heading in this direction. If you haven't seen them, then maybe we just beat them here. In the meantime, do you know where else we might be able to find any information about the Dreamer legend? It seems a bit hard to come by. The Mayor King thinks for a moment. There's a library. On the outskirts of Rosenthal, a bit north of here. Our family owns it. A number of old and rare books are kept there. I can't promise anything, but go there and tell him I sent you. The librarian and his apprentice might be able to help you. Oh, sounds good. We appreciate it. I don't suppose you have a map or something we could borrow though. I can take you. Oh wow, everybody in the room turns to Mr. Redacross's son, Zan, who's looking less annoyed and more intrigued. What now? I said I'll take you. I know how to get there, and I'm friends with the librarian's apprentice. Besides, the librarian's kinda strict, and there's no guarantee they'll take your word for it that my father sent you. Absolutely not. You've got school, and it's dangerous out there. Why would you even want to do that? Because they're travelling, and I want to look for Xavier. Mr. Redacross's eyes widen, and he stands up to the tower over Zan. chair squealing against the marble floor as it's shoved backwards. You think for a second that I'm going to lose another son to this adventure nonsense? But what if he's still out there? I want to know why he left. I want to know what was so important that he hasn't come home. Zan, no one has even seen him since he ran off. We looked. You know we did. He may not even be, he is alive. Just because you gave up doesn't mean I'm going to. Mr. Redacross is silent for a moment. When he speaks again, his tone is much softer. Being a leader means knowing how to choose your battles, Zan. Well, I'm choosing this one. The Merkin studies his son for another moment, expression unreadable, and then he sits down. Do what you want. I suppose assisting a dreamer can pass for a leadership exercise, but you have to explain it to your mother yourself. Zan grimaces, but he turns back to Riza, looking hopeful. So, can I come with you? Riza makes a point of ignoring Luna and Damien's warning glares. Well, I don't see why not, I guess. What? There's 1,000 reasons why not. And I'm not going to be responsible for yet another kid. Just ignore them, they'll get over it. So you're going to lead the way or what? A smile spreads its way across Zan's face, and he gives Riza a nod. Just let me go pack some stuff. Sweet. Here we go again. She never learns. Looks like we got another person in our troop. A bit later, Zan meets them outside the mansion, carrying a shoulder bag and sopping wet. They pick up Arashi, who had been happily harassing the guard on the way. Did you fall in a fountain or something? Mum wasn't too happy about any of this. I thought she might drown me for a minute there. Never did figure out why my dad decided to marry a water mage of all things. Well, Mum was mad. He flicks his wrist, and the small fiery orbs floating near his head quickly circle around him, drying his clothes in seconds. Is there something wrong with water mages? No, but the Redacross family has traditionally been fire or lightning mages. It was definitely breaking the mould a bit. I know my grandpa wasn't happy about it. Dad keeps telling me I'll understand when I'm older or something. Oh, it's one of those kinds of things. Yeah, it probably didn't help that I asked for money. I can't find my wallet anywhere. Must have dropped it earlier. Riza shoots Damien a look, which he pointedly ignores, pretending to be appreciating the nearby architecture. So, what's up with this brother you mentioned? Well, long story short, my older brother disappeared a few years ago. He left a note saying he was looking for something more than Redacross had to offer, some kind of greater purpose, but that was about it. We don't know what he meant by it. Anyway, we were never able to track him down. Okay, you know, I kind of understand the sentiment. There's still no excuse just to bail on your family and your home. Riza frowns and looks away. I guess I can see where you're coming from on that. How do you plan to look for him? I'm not totally sure yet. I guess I'll figure it out along the, What is going on? Zan is cut off when a rainbow blur hits him from the side in a blind tackle. Hey, Feith, get off. He squirms underneath a large creature. Riza's first thought is big dog, but the more she looks at it, the more it looks nothing like a dog, though it's swaying its long reptilian tail back and forth in a wagging motion while licking Zan's face. Okay, that's enough. Get off of me. Zan finally manages to crawl out from under the creature, as Luna and Damien join Riza in looking curiously at it. Okay, Zan, what is this? Yeah, what is this thing? This is feather scales. Zan scratches the creature behind the ears. He's my pet dragon. Wow. Riza looks at Luna. I thought you said there were no dragons. Okay, he's not really a dragon. Actually, I don't know what he is. I've never seen anything else like him. He might be some kind of Igneous, but I'm not sure. He doesn't smell like an Igneous. And I admit, I've got no idea what a dragon's supposed to smell like. Right, what are Igneous supposed to smell like again? It's sort of smoky, like an extinguished campfire. Riza attempts to sniff the air. Yeah, I don't smell that. Maybe you just can't because you're part human. Was that some kind of insult? It's just a fact. Anyway, I found Feith in the woods one day when I was younger, and then I got lost, and he stayed with me until my dad found me, and then he just followed us home, and he's still here. You don't say. Is he, friendly? Oh yeah, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Go on, you can pet him. Not needing to be told twice, Riza walks over and holds out a hand to the dragon. Featherscale sniffs it, and then pushes his face into it, rubbing like a cat. Riza scratches his head, smiling. Okay, we're keeping him. He's a cute bird, dragon, dog thingy. You are? Yes, you are. I guess it's a dragon? Maybe. Featherscales jumps up on her shoulders to lick her face, nearly knocking her down as she laughs. So, where exactly is your home base? What do you mean? Like, where do you live? Or go back to when you're not adventuring? Oh, I mean, I guess it's Luna's cabin. It's the closest thing to a house any of us have. I was hoping you'd say something like that. He grins as he holds up a golden key. I think I can do you one better. Follow me. Riza, Luna and Damien exchange questioning glances, but follow him out of the city. Where is he taking us? They walk out for about a mile outside of town, and finally they crest a hill with a lone apple tree at the top and look to the valley below. Nestled in it is a rather large house of sorts, bearing a huge domed skylight on the roof. So what is this? This is the base. Oh well, that's what I've always called it. I guess my great-grandfather didn't really like being in the city, so he built this as a place he could go to when he wasn't doing Mayor King stuff. It's mostly been vacant for years now, though we occasionally use it as a vacation home. That's all sorts of weird, but okay. Featherscales makes a happy chirping noise and begins trotting down the hill to the building. Zan grins and follows suit. The others look at each other, shrug, and proceed down the hill after him. Zan unlocks the door to the building and they step inside. Wow, this is way nicer than Luna's cabin. They enter into a large kitchen with what appears to be a gas stove, a large sink and a stone countertop that leads into a living area with a dining table and a couple of couches. There's a side door in the room that appears to go to some sort of study full of bookshelves, which Damien is already making a beeline for. In the back of the room is a staircase, which Riza wanders up to find several large bedrooms, each with a restroom attached. Up one more flight of stairs is a large open space with a sparring ring and some gym equipment and a skylight above. This place is huge. Riza scuttles back down the stairs, practically squinting with delight. This is amazing. So can we just stay here? Sure, nobody else uses it. It's just collecting dust, so we might as well. Wow, this is neat. She runs back upstairs, calling down. I'll get this room. No, hold on. What about my cabin? Oh, let Rouse have it. This is better. Day returns to the living room with a few books in hand. For once, I actually think I agree with her. This is pretty nice. You just like it because there's new books. I won't deny that that's a factor in my decision. Luna lets out an exaggerated sigh. Oh fine, but you three are helping me move my things here. Can't hear you over how awesome this is. She totally heard. Luna rolls her eyes. Kids. And we have reached the end of chapter 6. So yeah, we got another new person, but we do have a lead. We're going to check out a library outside of town, and we're going to check this out in the next episode because chapter 7 will be coming soon. I hope you enjoyed this. Please support the creator. I'll leave a link in the description. And this is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.